Welcome to Rotary. Welcome, everyone. And a special welcome to our Thanksgiving Interfaith Lunch. We are so pleased to come together as one Rotary community to give thanks. Fellow Rotarian Eric Robbins, who is president of the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta, will lead us in the Invocation and Pledge of Allegiance today, followed by some very special guests from Georgia Tech's women's a cappella chorus called Nothing But Treble, who will sing the national anthem. Just a quick note that given our full agenda, we will roll right into the program following the following the national anthem. So please continue to enjoy your lunch as we move on into the announcements and so forth. Welcome, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As we enter this amazing and wondrous holiday of Thanksgiving that so many embrace, let us take a moment to connect with whatever individual spirituality speaks to you. Together, may we give thanks that we can gather again in community. May we give thanks to the nutritious lunch that's been put before us on our tables and for all that went into preparing that, including the Rotarian professionals who coordinate this and so much else for us. May we give thanks for our ability to give charity and to give service, and to the collective impact this club has had around the areas of human trafficking, clean water, food insecurity, mental health, and homelessness, just to mention a few. And a special shout out to our fellow Rotarians who Thursday night slept on the ground along with solidarity with Covenant House and solidarity for homeless youth. Let us give thanks to our elected officials, and let us give thanks to those who serve in the military to protect our country. As leaders with power and influence, we must continue to act. Last week, Stephanie Blank shared with us and reminded us that sympathy is acknowledging, empathy is feeling, but she also reminded us that compassion is doing, is helping. We must help those who've experienced loss or continue to struggle with illness as a result of COVID. We must continue to help those that suffer from poverty and all of its symptoms. We must help to eradicate hate in all of its forms and erase racial and all other forms of inequity. We must put an end to gun violence and so many other issues plaguing our communities. A.J. Robinson last week also reminded us the importance of our voting rights and getting others to do the same. But we can't count on government alone to solve our challenges. We must support those who are elected. We need to set the tone on how we can return to productive discourse based on respect of our differences, leveraging and celebrating diversity rather than letting it split us apart. Atlanta's on a renaissance. All eyes are on Atlanta. Let's show the world how this city can be a model 21st century city. My faith is Jewish, and we read a lot of books. And one of the books we read is called Ethics of the Fathers. And one of the teachings in that book is that you are not obligated to finish the task, but you also cannot desist from it. I wish you all a meaningful Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving of connection and rejuvenation. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and for a republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. Amen.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much, Eric, for your beautiful words. And a special thank you to our guests from Georgia Tech. That was just wonderful. Nothing But Treble was founded in 1998. It's a group of students from all majors, undergraduate, graduate. They just wrapped up a performance at the Academy of Medicine this past weekend, and we will have the good fortune of hearing more from them again very soon in this program. So thank you all. Please enjoy your lunch as we continue. I'd also like to welcome the rest of our guests and visitors today. If you could please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Joe Hansley is a visiting Rotarian from the Churchland Club in Portsmouth, Virginia. Joe, welcome. Andre Dickens is here with us, council member, Atlanta City Council member Andre Dickens is a guest of John Yates. A special welcome to you, sir. Maria Banjo, also a guest of John Yates. Sherry Reed and Jack Reed, family of Jim Reed and guests of Jim Reed. Again, if you can stand and remain standing, please. Megan Grabos, guest of Linda Klein. David Singelin, guest of David Allison, and Brent Landry, guest of David Allison. Also Billy Linville, guest of David Allison. Two guests of Gretchen Corbin, Derek Shelton, and Haley Allison. And Stuart Peskin, guest of Eric Robbins. Welcome to all of you. Also, just a quick reminder to please sign in using the QR code that you'll see there at the center of your table. We have a number of announcements today with this busy time of year, so please bear with me as I go through those. First, I'd like to recognize, as Eric mentioned, our 8 Atlanta Rotarians who braved the elements sleeping out in the Covenant House Executive Sleep Out this past Thursday, serving homeless youth. David Lewis, Bob Hope, Clark Dean, Dallas Smith, Stephanie Blank, Peter Berg, Chloe Barzy, and Jim Etheridge all joined that evening. The group raised $146,000 of the $930,000 raised that evening. And our club members, I'm proud to say, have participated collectively in 40 sleep-out nights over the past 10 years, and 3 of those club members, Clark Dean, David Lewis, and Bob Hope, equal 27 of those 40 years. So special congratulations. Thank you all. There was an Atlanta connection last month when Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband Douglas Emhoff hung a mezuzah on the door of their residence, which is a tradition meant to symbolize God's presence. Fellow Rotarian Rabbi Berg of the temple in Midtown officiated the ceremony that you'll see there and used a mezuzah loaned from our own temple here in Atlanta. The temple was chosen after a national search because of its history of involvement in civil rights and social justice issues. Please mark your calendars for our annual Rotarian Daughter Day on Monday, December 20th. We hope that you and your daughter, granddaughter, daughter-in-law, any daughter derivative works, hope you can all join that very exciting program featuring Roz Brewer, CEO of Walgreens, who was recently ranked number 6 on Fortune's list of the most powerful women in business. It'll be a terrific program featuring our daughters and a great way to celebrate the holidays. One note, we are currently recruiting a daughter to lead us in the singing of the national anthem. If you have any budding stars that you'd like to let us know about, please share. There we go, right there. Is that Keith? Wonderful. Well, you are officially signed up. Thank you. It's going to be a great program. Jim Reese, our Vice President of International Service, is hosting a small Rotary dinner in honor of our Mexican Consul General. This is the next in our series of Consul General dinners. The dinner is sponsored by YKK and will be held at Bones on December 2nd. There are still a few seats remaining, so if you're interested, please see Jim after the program. There's no agenda. It's just great Rotary fellowship and also an opportunity to celebrate the importance of our international connections and ties. You may also remember from last week that A.J. Robinson shared a terrific update on the November 30 election runoff. And just a quick reminder that early voting for the runoff ends this Wednesday, the 24th. There are 2 great resources that you'll see on the screen. If you have any questions about election logistics or candidate information, georgia.gov and cbatl.org are 2 great resources for such information. Please do vote, and we encourage all of you to participate in this very important event. Finally, we've received a couple questions about our masking policy in light of the updates for the City of Atlanta. Given the potential for additional transmission over the holidays and out of our continued respect and concern for the safety of our membership, we are planning to keep our mask policy in place through the end of 2021 as it currently stands. We will revisit the policy at that point and certainly let everyone know right away of any changes and updates. In the meantime, we ask again that you just wear your mask when you're not otherwise eating, drinking, or at the podium, and really appreciate everyone's cooperation in all of that. Finally, I would now like to introduce Gretchen Corbin, who's our Vice President of Community Service. Gretchen is the mastermind who is behind our wonderful program today. She's done a fantastic job bringing together our Thanksgiving Interfaith Luncheon. And Gretchen, thank you so much for your hard work and your leadership as an officer of this club. I will give you the baton to take us forward from here.
President Kelly, thank you very much for that kind introduction and for this opportunity to be a part of our Interfaith Thanksgiving Luncheon. What an incredible opportunity to give thanks with some of my favorite people in Atlanta. Thank you, President Kelly. We so appreciate you and your vision and your thoughtfulness of wanting to have an interfaith luncheon this Thanksgiving. Today's a special opportunity for all of us to give thanks together, and we're thrilled to have so many involved with our interfaith program, including Jim Reese from the Atlanta Mission, who will share a Thanksgiving message from Christian faith with us today, and the Georgia a cappella group, Nothing But Treble, who will be performing during today's program. Eric, thank you very much for leading us from the Jewish faith in today's program and starting us off in our invocation. Whether Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or other, we at Atlanta Rotary celebrate all faiths represented within our club membership, and we're thrilled to be joining together in our Interfaith Luncheon. Well, as you know, President Kelly through this year has provided us with this incredible opportunity to have roundtable discussions. And President Kelly said, "This is a pretty easy one, Gretchen. Let's just talk about what we're grateful for." We're not going to do it in a facilitated way where I'm going to ask you to report in what your table's thankful for. But we thought it'd be a really good opportunity to just have some casual discussion through lunch. And I just want to point out, I started, as you can imagine, I wrote my remarks last week, and I talked about how I was thankful, and continue to be, for our Atlanta Braves. Excuse me. That I'm also thankful for being a part of a club that brought us back together as a community of business people and kept us together even during the pandemic. That I'm thankful for the Atlanta Mission and other nonprofits who serve those and who will serve those in need during our Thanksgiving week. You can imagine I'm really thankful for our Georgia students who are here today and all of those from California, from China, who will be here. But y'all know as the Georgia Lottery President and CEO, I get really excited about our Georgia Hope students. Congratulations to all of you. Whether our Hope students are at Georgia Tech, as represented today, or whether they're at our incredible HBCUs, whether they're at our technical colleges, you know I get excited about our students. But those were notes written the other day, and I want to tell you real quickly what I'm thankful for today. I'm thankful for my team members who are with me today. I'm also thankful for Pedro Cherry. Where did you walk in, Pedro? Pedro, my dear friend from Georgia Power, a new member here at Rotary. I haven't seen Pedro in probably 6 months, but he is in my heart always. But Atlanta Rotary made that possible today, just like many of you in this room. So that's a couple of the items that I'm thankful for. So I'm going to step away from the podium and just encourage you at your table. My table knows exactly what I'm thankful for. Y'all don't have to hear from me. But encourage you at your table to share. What are you thankful for? And then, if you don't mind, you will see an immediate return of our Nothing But Treble group that will come up and we'll start our musical entertainment after our quick discussion. Enjoy our lunch and enjoy our discussion of what we're grateful for.
I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, and you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You know the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, but you know deep down inside I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all come to me on a summer breeze. Keep me warm in your love, and you softly lead. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love. I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. How deep is your love? She could be a sinner, she could be a saint, she could be a preacher. When your soul is damned, she could be a lawyer on a witness stand. But she'll never love you like I can. She could be a stranger, you gave a second glance. She could be a mantra, keep your soul in trance. She could have your humor, but I don't understand, 'cause she'll never love you like I can. Why are you looking down all the wrong roads, when mine is the heart and the soul to the song? There may be lovers who hold out their hands, but they'll never love you like I can. They'll never love you like I can. A chance encounter of circumstance, baby, she's a mantra, keeps your mind in trance. She could be the silence in this mayhem, but then again, she'll never love you like I can. Why are you looking down all the wrong roads, when mine is the heart and the soul to the song? There may be lovers who hold out their hands, but they'll never love you like I can. They'll never love you like I can. They'll never love you like I can. We all have demons we can't stand. We love your demons like devils can. If you're self-seeking and honest man, oh, stop deceiving, oh please. Why are you looking down all the wrong roads, when mine is the heart and the soul to the song? There may be lovers who hold out their hands, but they'll never love you like I can. They'll never love you like I can. They'll never love you like I can. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I needed so long. For once unafraid, I will go where life leads me. Somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew. someone warm like you, who would make my dreams come true. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me, not like it's hurt me before. For once unafraid, so where life leads me, I'm not alone anymore. For once I can say, this is mine, you can't take it. Long as I have love, I know I can make it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Oh, for once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I've needed before. For once, unafraid, I have someone who serves me. I'm not alone anymore. For once, I can say, this is mine, you can take it. I'm not alone anymore. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Someone who needs me.
Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your lunch. We're nothing but Treble.
Wouldn't our past Congressman John Lewis think this may be some of the trouble, the good trouble, the great trouble that our great Atlanta students are getting into? And we're so thankful for you. Thank you for being here with us for our Thanksgiving luncheon. You know, we knew you were going to bring... We knew that you were going to bring songs of love to us, and we thought that would be absolutely perfect and the perfect entryway into hearing from Jim Reese, because his heart is full of love, and he gives love every day. You know, first of all, we are a room of business people, community-minded leaders, and first of all, I want to always invite you back. Any Monday that you would like to join us for lunch, you can always come in here, say you're a guest of the Georgia Lottery. Always welcome. But you can't bring more than 2 tables if you don't mind. But always feel free. We hope that you'll join us. Continue to stay with us today. We also know that there are some of you who have to get back to class. And as a mother of a college student, I appreciate that. So feel free to come and go as you would like. But again, thank you for spending some of your Thanksgiving week with us. We're very honored. Well, it is my great honor to introduce Jim Reese, who is, as you know, is our president and CEO of the Atlanta Mission. Jim Reese comes from the private business sector. He has been in packaged goods. He has worked in staffing, which Jim, as a CEO, I have to say, is the most important and sometimes the toughest, always the most important job a CEO has. He could do anything in life. He could be a CEO of any Fortune 500 company. And yet when someone said to him, Jim, do you know about the Atlanta Mission? He told me, Gretchen, I didn't know about the Atlanta Mission. But when I walked through, I knew that that was where I was supposed to be. That was my calling for my next business step. Well, your business knowledge and your business step gives and gives and blesses so many individuals across Atlanta and so many people within our entire community in the Atlanta region, and we are thankful for you. When President Kelly said, let's have an interfaith Thanksgiving luncheon, I thought to myself, there could be no one better than Jim Reese to come share a message of Thanksgiving with us today. Please join me in a warm welcome for Mr. Jim Reese.
Well, that was incredibly kind, and I'm really honored to speak with you today. And Gretchen, thank you, and President Kelly, thank you for allowing me to be here. And as I look across this room, I'd be remiss to not start with incredible thank yous to so many in this room who've been there to help me, teach me, show me, encourage me, give where we needed, do what they needed to do to impact those that we get the privilege to serve at the Atlanta Mission today. So to all of you, I'm thankful for you and your help. So what I want to talk about today in regards to Thanksgiving is I am really thankful for the unexpected. Thankful for the unexpected. When we look at our lives, many times we will face things we didn't plan on. Unexpected things. See, each and every day, I am with people who come to our door who never expected to be at our door. It might be a mom with a child, scared to death, desperately in need of a safe place to stay. Or as last week, Thursday, in my Bible study, a man who stood up because he'd slept in a bed and he had a new pair of shoes. And I am sure if I look around this room that many of you or your family or someone close to you is also facing unexpected things. Maybe it's a fight with cancer, or maybe it's a health issue, or maybe it's a child that is addicted or running away that's breaking your heart. Or maybe even a marriage that looks great on the outside, but's broken on the inside. Or you have aging parents that are draining you emotionally and financially more than you ever expected. But as we celebrate Thanksgiving this week, I wanted to share what I have learned and truthfully what I continue to learn, and that is what's created this true thankfulness for me for the unexpected. See, what I continue to see is that God uses the unexpected to greatly impact me, and I also believe greatly impact you. See, this thankfulness kind of centers around three things I want to share with you. What I have learned from unexpected relationships that create unexpected change, that create unexpected grace. So see, through these unexpected relationships, we can truly have unexpected change in our lives. And from this change, many times we grow and we have an unexpected grace for others and even ourselves. So let's start with the unexpected relationships. So when you look at the life of Jesus, what we saw is he had an unbelievable number of unexpected relationships with people all the time. In fact, it drove the religious leaders crazy because not just what he did, but who he was with. And it all started with the 12 most unlikely candidates to be his disciples. Tax collectors, fishermen, and he would even pick someone that would betray him. Not the group we would be thrilled to see if our executive search firm brought them in for our next critical leadership role, right? Not what we would expect. He would heal and he would invite in and spend time with the least likely people that anybody would expect. Prostitutes, the poor, tax collectors, and even the lepers. See, he would heal, but the ones most singled out were the ones that were usually cast out. In fact, the Pharisees said that many times it was about who he was with and what was wrong with him. See, he would even have one time with friends who had so much wanted to get their friend to see him, they actually took the roof off a building. Now, those are good friends. See, I think through all of this, he was giving us a picture that those who would love others will many times be with those who others would not expect them to be with. See, those are the unexpected relationships. It is not how we would have expected the story to be, but his life wasn't what people expected. What about our lives? Where are those unexpected relationships for us? Let's think about the unexpected relationships we have all been in over the last 20 months with this pandemic. People we might not normally be working with or even talking to. None of us expected this, nor did we really truly plan for this. It just came. We had to lead in ways we never expected, probably asking people to do things we never thought we would, and we would experience personally or with friends the sickness and tragic loss of life. I personally saw my team do things I could have never imagined putting them in. See, when you're ordered to go home by the governor, and your home is the Atlanta mission, someone has to run to the fire, not away from it. And my team ran to the fire. See, when I think of unexpected relationships, I look to often, I am with people that might believe, behave, or even face different challenges than I have, and even have a different colored skin. See, I'm thankful for these unexpected relationships because I think what he wants is us to have these so that he can create unexpected change in us. See, with regards to the challenge of the pandemic, I don't think there's a person in this room who would say they haven't changed. Maybe things that were once very important to you don't seem as important. Or maybe something that wasn't as important seems really important. You appreciate different people and what they do. You see the power of innovation in those around you. You found out how much you missed a hug or a handshake from those around you, and that truthfully, as great as technology was, it would never fill our need for human connection. See, what I've seen in my life is that many times it is those unexpected relationships that have the largest impact on me. That those who are not like me or haven't had life experiences like me, they actually create an unexpected change in me. Like a man who spent 16 years under a bridge on 85 because of trauma he had faced as a child. He was divorced, had kids, and one day walked under a bridge, and he stayed there for 16 years. Or a young man who was struggling because of a time in prison based upon a drug charge that had happened to him for being in a car when he was 17. He would share his story and how that one ride, that one night, would unfortunately change the trajectory of his life. Or a man who started drinking at 14 because of what his mother did, and he didn't stop until he was in his 50s. Or our kids living in Atlanta Mission, hearing and fearing all that was going around them in the middle of the social justice issue last summer in Atlanta. See, these changes come because of spending time, listening well, not laying over what I have seen, but hearing what they have lived. Let me say that again, because it's really easy for me to do this. It's not laying over what I have seen, but hearing what they have lived. See, it takes for me a real heart to want to listen, to set aside what I have seen, to live or maybe even believe. I think in all of his examples, Jesus was trying to get us to listen and to see others with the love he had for them and the love he had for us. See, these unexpected relationships create unexpected change in me, making me truly live with a life more filled with unexpected grace. See, I am thankful because when I know them and I hear their stories, I have an unexpected grace I would never have without it. I so much better understand what happens when a child is severely abused and what it can be to impact their lives and those around you. See, the man who went under the bridge, his dad was an accountant at Buick. And Monday through Thursday, he traveled. And when he would come home, he would beat his mother. And his two boys would fight to keep them off. Finally, at 17, he ran away and he hid for a year. A year. He would go on, get married, have his own children, but he would never have dealt with the serious issue he had faced. And one day, after his wife had left, after she had divorced him, he walked under that bridge and he stayed there for 16 years. 16 years. His life would change. He would know his grandkids, and I'm pleased to say he would be used mightily by God. But if I didn't know his story, I wouldn't know how he got there. See, I am thankful for that. I understand I had a very hard stance on drugs. And that, to be honest with you, has resulted in many people being in prison. Not for a sentence, but for a lifelong penalty with pain. And truthfully, many times more based on the color of their skin than what they had done. Learning to really love and care for an addict when you know the whole story and why seems like such a crazy choice to me in the middle of those circumstances, always as crazy based on the people's stories or what they faced in their lives. See, when you sit down as well in the office of a brave, loving woman who leads your children's program, and she has 2 sheets of paper filled with all the words and feelings that the children felt last summer, hearing helicopters, people yelling, and police vehicles all night long, afraid of what was happening. These were kids, 1st grade and under. I'll never forget what was on those sheets. And they were safe with us. But if you're sitting and you hear helicopters and all that goes on, you wonder where we're headed. What's happening? See, when I have given unexpected grace, because I know these stories, I know the people. It's amazing to me how I actually better appreciate and understand the grace God's given me. See, in fact, many times, this unexpected grace that I see helps me see how much God really loves me more than I expected or I deserved. See, I'm thankful for all of this because living all of these things, not myself, but through others, I am able to live with them with a different view and a better understanding. See, James tells us to count it all joy when you meet the trials of various kinds. See, I believe thankfulness sets on the road of joy. So let me close with the following. So in Matthew 25, Jesus is speaking and he shares, "When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was thirsty, you gave me water. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me in. When I was in prison, you came to me." He was then asked, "When did we do these for you? When did we do these for you?" And he would say, "When you did it to the least of these, you did it for me." He once again gave them an answer they didn't expect. So today, as we prepare for Thanksgiving and as we share it around our table, we do, and I do, have truly so much to be thankful for. But may we be reminded and thankful for those unexpected relationships that created unexpected change, that created unexpected grace in you as well. And maybe even at this Thanksgiving, at your table, at your home, set a chair. Talk as a family. Where were and what are those unexpected relationships that you had this past year? And how did those change you? What's different because of that? And maybe, even though you haven't had the chance to meet them, you'll have the chance to have that grace. May God bless you all, and may you have a great Thanksgiving together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. That was just so powerful. Every now and then we have one of those Rotary messages where you can hear a pin drop, and that was one of those messages. And thank you especially for all of the unexpected positive things that you are doing in this community for so many people every single day. I also wanted to share that in honor of you and your team and your heroic work, Atlanta Rotary will be making a donation to Atlanta Mission. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing in the spirit of this important holiday. Also wanted to thank you again, Gretchen and Eric and our friends from Georgia Tech. What a beautiful program, just so appropriate for this holiday, and thanks to all of you. And also to all of you as my fellow Rotarians. I know that each of you could tell a similar story to that Jim has shared and are doing such incredible and heroic work in this community. That's why you're Rotarians. You share that same love and passion for serving this community. So I want to say a thank you to each and every single one of you. We have a special small gift of thanks for those of you. Each at your table, you'll see a centerpiece. If you can figure out who is the newest member, please feel free to take home the centerpiece or share it with someone who can make use of it. And finally, there you go. I love it. Also, just a quick reminder, we have another fantastic program coming right back Monday after Thanksgiving. You'll hear from Alex Taylor, CEO of Cox Enterprises. I wish each and every one of you and your families a fantastic Thanksgiving, and have a wonderful week.